A millionaire threw scalding hot coffee in a biker's face at a Starbucks in front of 20 people. Why? Because the biker asked him to stop yelling at the barista. What happened in the next 10 minutes? That millionaire went from laughing to begging. And what the biker did, it wasn't violence. It was something far more brutal. Before the story continues, drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Tuesday morning, 8:30 a.m. Starbucks in downtown Seattle. The place was packed. People getting coffee before work. Laptops open. Everyone minding their business. Then a man walked in. Expensive suit. Rolex watch. Designer shoes. Everything about him screamed money. His name was Richard Hastings. 47 years old. Real estate mogul. Worth $30 million. Richard was used to getting what he wanted. When he wanted it. How he wanted it. He walked to the counter. Didn't wait in line. Just pushed past 3 people. Grande Americano. Extra hot. Now. The barista, a young woman named Emily, looked nervous. Sir, there's a line. I'll help you in just a moment. Richard's face turned red. Do you know who I am? Sir, I don't wait in lines. Make my coffee. Emily's hand shook. I'm sorry, sir, but I need to help these customers first. Richard slammed his hand on the counter. I said now. The whole Starbucks went silent. Everyone stared, but nobody said anything. Nobody wanted to get involved, except one person. A biker sitting in the corner. Led the rest. Hell's Angels patch. Coffee and a newspaper in front of him. His name was Jake Reaper Morrison, 51 years old, former Marine, president of the Seattle chapter. Reaper had been watching the whole thing. He stood up, walked over. Hey, man, relax. She's just doing her job. Richard turned, looked Reaper up and down, sneered. This doesn't concern you, biker trash. Reaper stayed calm. You're making a scene. Just wait your turn like everyone else. Or what? You gonna do something about it? I'm asking you nicely. Stop yelling at her. Richard laughed. A cruel, mocking laugh. You think I'm scared of you? I could buy your entire pathetic club. Reaper didn't respond. Just stared at him. Richard grabbed his coffee from Emily. She'd made it just to get him to leave. Her hands were still shaking. Richard took the cup, looked at Reaper, smiled. Then he threw the entire cup of scalding hot coffee directly in Reaper's face. The coffee was 180 degrees, fresh off the machine. It hit Reaper's face, his neck, his chest. Everyone gasped. Someone screamed. Reaper stumbled back. His skin was burning. Red welts forming immediately. Richard laughed. That's what happens when you disrespect your betters. He turned to walk out, but Reaper didn't chase him, didn't yell, didn't swing. He stood there, wiping coffee off his face, his eyes cold. Have you ever seen someone stay calm when they had every right to explode? Drop a comment below. Emily ran over with napkins. Oh my God, are you okay? I'm calling the police. Reaper shook his head. Don't worry about it. But he assaulted you. I know, but I got it. Another customer, an older woman, came over. I recorded the whole thing on my phone. That man should be arrested. Reaper smiled. Send that video to me. I'll give you my number. The woman nodded, sent the video. Reaper pulled out his phone. Made a call. Tank. Yeah, it's me. I need you to run a plate. Black Mercedes. License Charlie Mike 7329. Yeah, I'll wait. 30 seconds later, Tank called back. Owner is Richard Hastings. Lives at 4500 Lakeview Drive. Guys loaded. Real estate. Perfect. Thanks, brother. Reaper hung up. Looked at Emily. What time does your shift end? 2 horas da tarde. Why? Because you're going to want to see this. Richard Hastings drove home, still laughing about what he'd done. Threw coffee at some dumb biker. Taught him a lesson. Nobody disrespects Richard Hastings. He pulled into his driveway. Massive house. Gated property. 5 cars in the garage. He walked inside. Made himself a drink. Sat in his leather chair. Then he heard engines. Loud rumbling. Getting closer. He walked to the window. 30 motorcycles pulled up to his gate. All Hell's Angels. All staring at his house. Richard's stomach dropped. His phone rang. Unknown number. He answered. Hello. Richard, this is Reaper, the biker you threw coffee on. Remember me? Richard's voice shook. How did you get my number? Doesn't matter. Look out your window. Richard looked, saw the 30 bikers. What do you want? Open your gate. Come outside. We need to talk. I'm calling the police. Go ahead, but I've got a video of you assaulting me, unprovoked, in front of 20 witnesses. You really want the cops involved. Richard went quiet. I thought so. Open the gate. Now. Richard's hands were shaking. He pressed a button. The gate opened. 30 bikers rode into his driveway, parked in a line, shut off their engines. Reaper got off his bike, walked to the front door, knocked. Richard opened it slowly, his face pale. What do you want? First, an apology. To me, and to that barista you terrorized. You came all the way here for an apology? That's right. You think because you have money, you can treat people like garbage. I'm here to teach you different. Richard tried to act tough. I could sue you for harassment. Reaper smiled. With what evidence? We're just visiting, having a conversation. Fine, I am sorry. Now leave. Not good enough. You're going back to that Starbucks. You're apologizing to Emily in person, and you're tipping her $1,000. What? Are you insane? I'm being generous. You assaulted me with hot coffee. That's a felony. I could press charges. Instead, I'm giving you a chance to make it right. Richard's lawyer brain kicked in. He realized Reaper was right. If this went to court, Richard would lose. The video was clear. Assault, unprovoked, in front of witnesses. If this story is hitting different, smash that like button because it gets better. Richard swallowed his pride. Fine, I'll do it. Good. We're going now. You're driving. We're following. Richard got his Mercedes. 30 bikers followed him back to Starbucks. The lunch rush was just starting. The place was packed again. Richard walked in. 30 bikers walked in behind him, filled the entire store. Emily was behind the counter. She saw Richard. Her face went white. Reaper stepped forward. Emily, this man has something to say to you. Richard looked at the floor, his voice quiet. I am sorry for yelling at you this morning, and for what I did to this man. It was wrong. I was out of line. Emily didn't know what to say. Okay. Reaper nodded. Now the tip. Richard pulled out his wallet, took out $100 bills, put them on the counter. For you, I am sorry. Emily's eyes filled with tears. I thank you. The entire Starbucks erupted in applause. Customers were clapping, cheering. Someone yelled, That's what I'm talking about. Richard stood there, humiliated, in front of everyone. But Reaper wasn't done. One more thing. You see these people? Reaper gestured to the bikers. Every year, we raise money for veterans. Homeless vets. Guys who served this country and got nothing back. You're going to donate $50,000 to our fund. Richard's face went red. 50,000? You're worth 30 million. 50,000 is pocket change, and it's tax deductible. So really you're getting a deal. Richard knew he had no choice. The video was still out there. Reaper could still press charges. This was an easy way out. Fine? Great. You've got 24 hours. I'll send you the information. Richard nodded, walked out of the Starbucks, got in his car, drove away. The bikers stayed, bought coffee, talked with customers, thanked Emily. She was crying, happy tears. Thank you. Nobody's ever stood up for me like that. Reaper smiled. People like him think they can do whatever they want. Today, he learned different. Would you have handled it the same way? Comment below. 24 hours later, Richard transferred $50,000 to the Iron Brotherhood Veterans Fund. The bikers used it to house 12 homeless veterans, got them into programs, job training, counseling, medical care. Emily used her $1,000 tip to pay off debt. Finally got ahead for the first time in years. And Richard? He never went back to that Starbucks. Too embarrassed. But something changed in him. His wife noticed. His assistant noticed. He started saying please and thank you. Stopped yelling at service workers. Stopped thinking his money made him better than everyone. 3 months later, Richard saw Reaper at a restaurant. Richard was with his family. He stood up, walked over. I just want to say, thank you, what you did. It woke me up. I was turning into someone I didn't want to be. Reaper nodded. We all need a wake-up call sometimes. I've been volunteering at a veterans center because of what you said. It's changed my perspective. That's good to hear. Richard extended his hand. Reaper shook it. Today, Richard still volunteers. Every Saturday, he mentors young veterans, helps them transition to civilian life. He says it's the most meaningful thing he's ever done. Emily's still working at Starbucks, but she's also in school now, studying social work. She wants to help people the way Reaper helped her. And Reaper? He's still riding, still leading his club, still standing up for people who can't stand up for themselves. If you see a biker, remember this. They're not looking for trouble, but when they see injustice, they don't look away. Subscribe for more stories that prove respect is earned, not bought. Drop a comment. Share this video. And remember, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Treat people with kindness, because karma has a way of showing up, sometimes on a motorcycle,